I have to bash a creator right now. There's going to be drama. I have to eviscerate somebody. Stay for the drama. Enjoy it. Get your popcorn if you need to, because I'm angry. I am angry. I didn't want to do this. I wanted to leave this person alone. I thought, don't worry about it. She kept saying at me. I was like, no. I know what will happen. I warned her. So let's get into it. So I make a video, and this woman stitched it, ripped out all of the context, and now I have to fix it. That's essentially what this is, right, in a simple form. But it was egregious. It was one of the most egregious examples I've seen. What's odd is that for the first 24 hours, the video is fine. Video is fine, no problem. Lots of people enjoying what I'm saying. Comments were all thoughtful. The stitches were adding to it. There was a kind of like nuanced discussion that we always have on here. But then this person came along, made a stitch, removed all the reasoning, and essentially lied. And now there are weird comments, weird interpretations, and a total reframing of what was said. And I have proof, by the way. I have proof in the comments. So the original video is me talking about a white woman that I've been texting who asked me point blank, do I date black women? It's important to say that in my original video, which you can go and see, and I'll put the link in the caption, she told me it's a red flag. She said it was creepy when men exclude entire races. We talked about how on Hinge, where she's from, some men will use little emojis to say like yes to these ones, no to these ones. We talked a lot about black men who feel that they're okay telling white women, I don't date black women. We talked about colorism here in the UK. I talked about these black boys that would go around Westfield shopping centre saying, do you date dark-skinned girls or light-skinned girls? All of that stuff we talked about. The whole conversation was one of empathy and consistency, right? About this weird moral exhaustion that people feel when other people care about something. That's what the video was essentially about, right? That's how I talk. People who know this, because they've followed me, like this woman who stitched my video knows, this is how I talk. I want to talk about a story to get to a nugget underneath. Here are some examples of that. I want to talk about engagement farming, and I also want to talk about White Lotus Season 3. I want to talk about shame baiting, and I also want to talk about Showtime's Couples Therapy, my favourite show. And I promise, as always, the two will... And you can see that I do that in this video because I say this. A white woman that I'm really interested in called me the other day to ask me if I date black women, and the world didn't end. I say the world didn't end. That's the point of this video, that it's about talking about chewy topics, caring about things outside of yourself, and the world not coming crashing down. That's what the video is. And people understood that, by the way. Look at this stitch of this woman who really understood this value of this white woman putting this black man, or this person of colour, if you want to call me mixed black, whatever words you want, I don't really care, this person of colour on heat and saying, what do you think about these women?
You should really take into consideration how the person you're dating, if they're outside of your race, treats women in that race. And that is what that woman was doing with him. It's all fine and dandy if, you know, you want to date somebody outside of your race, but they need to also be respectful to just women in general.
But this person now, who's made 3 videos about me, bit obsessed, whatever, stripped all of that out. Stripped all of it out. No mention of the Hinge story. No mention of why she asked. Nothing. She boiled it down first to white woman asks black man if he dates black women, and then she reframed it. She reframed it into this story about dog whistles and white women not liking black women. And guess what? Those framings are important. They are happening. That's not what this discussion was. That's not what was happening here. I want to remind everybody, nobody knows who this woman is. Only I do. She might not be real. I might be lying about the whole thing. I'm not. And now, because of one contextless restitch, the comment section has become a mess, the nuance is gone, and the whole conversation has collapsed into noise. Now, unfortunately, the creator who's done all this has me blocked. Couldn't even stitch her videos into this. Some of you will be able to find her. But I wanted to show you proof. So here it is. This is a comment I got from this woman. I'm going to read what she said and I'll show you on the screen. She says, I like your takes, but I don't know about this one. I say, can you elaborate? She says, oh wait, I actually rewatched, read some of the comments, understood what you were saying. I saw a video just before this one, wanted to get clarity because your takes are usually good. Context is key. I say, yeah, I think I know the video. They removed a lot of context. I was very specific not to mention gender because I wanted to make sure she knew. She goes, yes, she did. I work so hard to make these discussions as nuanced as I can, to try and make them generous and careful and precise. I don't always get it right. I don't, and I know that, and I probably could have chosen better words for the linguistics one I did the other day, quite ironically. But if you're going to take my words, if you're going to rip them apart and add to them and feed them back into the algorithm with no context, just know that not only are you misrepresenting me, you're a liar. You're a liar and a bad person. You're a bad person. And you're ruining a space with me and my audience that is about having meaningful conversation.